All right, let's talk about going into relationships in bad faith. Okay, going into relationships in bad faith. Again, still in the spirit of this Akimi story. Because of this kind of stories breaking out, we're finding out because of these stories, including Safari and them, right? People are getting into relationships in bad faith. What does that mean to get into relationship in bad faith? What does that even mean, right? Can anybody help us in the chat? But I want to use this opportunity to reference one of my guys on YouTube. His name is Dr. Allen Obi. Let me see if I can show my screen really quickly. His name is Dr. Allen Obi. Right? He has a platform called We Need to Talk. We Need to Talk. I'm just gonna share my screen. I have to search for it. That's so I can show you what it looks like. That way you can go support him over there as well. Okay. He doesn't give much of his opinion. He interviews women, men, married people. Just again in the spirit of continuing these conversations. Okay. There you go. Let me go here and search for We Need to Talk. I'm not sure if that's the actual name. I think that's it. Let's see. Okay, yes. One word, We Need to Talk. Okay. So yeah, you can find him there on YouTube. But I have a clip that I want to play from that show and from one of his show that he did there was a point that was being made and there was a pushback against him from another young lady called B Taylor, and I thought it was interesting because again it represents where we are in the dating scenes in marriages. Okay, so we kind of have to start paying attention to some of these talking points and then start breaking them down and dissecting them. So I'm going to play this video, going into relationships in bad faith. What does that mean? Let's see if you can help us.
As far as
Shout out to Dr. Allen Obi. Yes, it's an Igbo brother too. So just check out this platform. But let me play this. I want you to hear this conversation and then we'll talk about it.
why so many of our women are having such a hard time in dating these days is because a lot of
So that's an opinion. He's giving an opinion. He rarely gives opinions, but he's giving an opinion right now, right? He's talking about why some of our ladies are having a hard time in the dating scene.
is because a lot of our women, number one, they neglect the self-work and the understanding of self. And number two, and I think this is vital, they enter the relationship beginning stages in bad faith.
All right. So they enter the beginning phase in bad faith. What does that mean? You have your guards up, right? That's what I'm sensing. Of course, that's every human being, but he's talking about the ladies right now, okay? Let's keep it. That's a lot of people right now in the dating scene. They all have a trouble assessing self, okay? But let's keep going.
They enter it expecting things to go bad, so they feel this sense of having a backup plan.
We've been talking about this for a few days. They enter it expecting things to go bad. Okay, not deliberately, not like they expect things to go bad. No, it's a very subtle subconscious thing. It's a fear that's been casted on the way your outlook on life and dating in general, right? So there's this thing. It comes from your experiences. It comes from so many, consuming too many bad content, right? You just find yourself, gentlemen, you too, just so you know. But let's keep going.
An alternative, and again, that's okay if you don't want certain outcomes. But for the women who might be watching this, who might listen to this later, who want the outcome of monogamy, want the outcome of marriage, even the one at a time gets you to that better than the best man.
Why are there so many women saying their time was wasted and they stayed too long?
All right, let's get back. She's gonna push back. B Taylor is gonna push back. That's her name, right? Yes. Let me see. How come this one didn't show up here? All right. Obìnrin means women. Sorry, I forgot. I was gonna say it. I forgot. Sorry about that, Kathy. Obìnrin means women. Okay. It's like, we carry all of you in high esteem, right? right? Without simping. Okay. We think y'all are special. That's what that means. Anytime I play that sound, okay? So speaking of obìnrin, B Taylor is a special type of obìnrin.
Obìnrin.
Of course she's gonna push back. But let's go back. Let me play this again, right? Let's go back a little bit.
Men who might be watching this, who might listen to this later, who want the outcome of monogamy.
You want the outcome of monogamy, which what he's trying to say is that you want the outcome of one guy being with you and just exclusively with you, right?
Want the outcome of marriage even. The one at a time gets you to that better than the best man.
Why are
win.
there so many women?
It says the one at a time. Okay, I guess they were. I didn't see the full context. I guess they were talking about multiple dating multiple. I think the thumbnail showed something about dating multiple people. Like women are now dating multiple. They're keeping a roster. Women are keeping rosters these days, right? That's just where we are. Okay. All right. So I don't know if I'm still streaming. I see. I'm looking at. I think I am. Yeah, I'm still streaming. Yeah, let's keep going.
Saying their time was wasted and they stayed too long trying to make something work because they really.
Let's go back a little bit.
Best man.
Why are
win.
there so many women saying their time was wasted and they stayed too long trying to make something work because they really put all their eggs and invested? One thing a woman hates is investing so much of her time in a man, because y'all telling us constantly, if I've been with you for this amount of months and I'm invested so much of my time, one thing a woman hates is
Chia, you're good.
over. Okay, so
All right. So you see the pushback right there. She said, this is what I keep saying. Men will say, protect your money. Women will say, make your own money. These two statements does not protect both of you when it comes to premium breakfast. Do not, I should say. These two different statements, protect your money and make your own money, do not protect you, both of you, like men or women. You're not protected when it comes to the biggest factor, the biggest impact that breakfast have on you. What is breakfast? Heartbreak. I'm talking about heartbreak, okay? Heartbreak, you cannot solve heartbreak by protecting your money before you get into a marriage or making your own money. Okay, so let's get down to this talking point. He's saying dating one person at a time, which I agree, right? But why would anybody think, no, don't do that, have a roster? Because they're trying to do microwave type of solutions. Because what is the problem she's expressing? She said, well, a lot of women feel that they've wasted their time. That's a valid concern. That's a valid concern. However, we must take this beyond common sense. Okay? Keeping rosters and dating multiple people, yes, even men too, spinning plates when you know that you're looking for monogamy. You know you're a lover boy, you're looking for monogamy, right? It's not going to solve your internal problems. Okay? The first thing he said is what's going to help you, which is self-work.
Is because a lot of our women, number one, they neglect the self-work and the understanding.
Not just women. Everybody in this dating scene think they can fix everything with scientific facts. No, not especially if you're misinterpreting those facts. Okay? You can't. You're just going to have to learn how human beings operate at an emotional level. That's your best bet. Okay? But because again, the pushback from B Taylor is valid. A lot of women feel like they're wasting their time. So, let me kill two birds with one stone. Everybody's doing that. We're human beings. You're not a bird. You're not a thing. You're not a BMW. Okay? You have to be very, very careful with these rhetorics. Okay? So I agree that dating one person at a time, getting to know one person at a time, maybe not spending too long before your discernment spirit should tell you everything you need to know about this person, right? You should be able to tell if you're working on yourself, allow you to be able to tell when somebody's out there to waste your time, or they're moving mad, or they're not acting right. Okay, that's your best bet. That's your best chances of detecting if somebody's going to waste your time. Not spinning multiple plates or keeping a roster of multiple people you're trying to date just in case you now eventually forget the other person into the background. You will hurt yourself. Okay, for a typical human being, you will hurt yourself, man or woman. Okay. Let's see here. Film Girl says it's really a mess these days. The players are trying to change the rules of the game. Yeah, and we're still humans. The game is the game. Exactly, Film Girl. You're absolutely correct about that. See what I mean by Obìnrin? The fascinating. Okay, you made Oga, they changed everything. I love.
Obìnrin.
On point, my guy. Exactly. They change everything, but they're worth it because women multiply everything. They, beautiful, just like the earth. Beautiful. If you know how to play the game, yes, he who finds a wife, right? You know what I'm saying? But a wife, but more and more men in our community feel it's okay to cheat women. 419. The boys trying to be players are on the increase. It's difficult to know genuine people. Listen, everybody's. You know what? What's his name? Who said we're in everybody? Naramali. He says we're in everybody. That's what's going on right now. That your best chances is just work on yourself. Okay. If you don't know what that means, you need to get a coach. Okay, because that's gonna take a minute to break that down. Okay. As for me, I go use one stone, kill 10 bird. I'll continue. Yeah, I just hope you know what you're doing. Because, like you said, if you don't know what you're doing, I could just take a deep breath. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you know what you're doing. If you wrong the wrong person, you go collect, you could just end up in the poto straits. Yeah, I can't overstate self-work. I can't, it's just something we have to keep talking about. I don't care how much kumbaya it sounds to your ears. That's the only way. Take your time, I need to make the awkward thing. I need to make it, but it won't sound as good. Anyway, so let me move on to the next news here. That was a good video. I have another video I'll review in a minute. But check We Need to Talk Out. He has some good conversations going on out there. I like that platform. Okay, so sometimes I might just grab a clip like this one to come react to over here. So at least you'll be familiar with it already. All right. With that being said, I'll be right